Hey, this is Dave, and I'm with my brother Rich. We're at the lake house. Today, as you can see, we got a floor going in. The one problem with the floor going in is that it needs to go under the toilet, so the toilet's got to come out. Today, we're going to show you how to remove a toilet and then reinstall a toilet. It's a pretty common homeowner issue that's easy to do, and now we don't have to pay a plumber. Oh, by the way, help us out as a channel if you would. Hit the subscribe button, like us, comment. Just let us know you're out there, and it really helps us as a channel. So let's get started today with taking that toilet out. The first thing you do is you got to get the water out. There, you turn that valve off, and so that stops the water flow from going into the toilet. The tank is full, so we're going to flush it. And you'll notice now that it's not full, it's not filling up. We turned the valve clockwise, and that way it closed it off. We still now have water in the tank, and there's still water in the bowl. Scooping out the water as much as I can, and then the last remainder will end up be done by the rag. If I had a sponge would be ideal. Okay, that's good. Okay, the tanks are attached to the base generally by 2 or 3 bolts. I've already loosened this. All you really need is an adjustable wrench. After we turn the water off, there you can follow this hose up and it goes to the water supply inlet. This is only on hand tight, so you just undo it. So once this is undone, you can simply take the bowl off, and there's nothing to it. You're halfway home. All right, now comes the fun part, and the fun part is getting rid of the toilet. There's 2 nuts right down here. Yeah, this is all there is to taking the toilet out. Just these 2 nuts on the bottom. So if you just keep this reasonably level, you don't have to worry about spillage. Level or keep it tilted to the front. This brown thing is called a wax seal, and it's literally wax, and it sits on top of a rubber flange that sits over the drain pipe. So you got wax ring, rubber flange, and then that white down there is your drain pipe. So the next part is to scrape all that wax off. We're going to get rid of that. It's rather gross, but it has to be done. And then we'll prepare it for the remounting after we get the floor in. That's how the wax seal looks, pretty much new. Some toilets, if there's a tight fit, it'll completely be squished on there, and it'll be very gross in trying to get it off. This one, amazingly, is coming off perfectly, and that's because it's only 6 months old. We put it in when we first got the house. See, what you have right here now is this is your toilet flange, and you want this to be all semi-cleaned off. And then we're going to wipe this down with the cloth. A couple different options. You can go ahead and basically, when you get the wax ring, it comes in a box with a plastic cover over it, and you peel off the plastic cover, set the wax ring on there, put the toilet on, and you're done. The toilet's weight squishes the wax ring and makes a complete seal, so that your toilet just drains in that pipe with no water going anywhere else. We're going to try something different. Not a wax ring, but basically a complete rubber gasket seal that we saw in the store, and we thought we'd give it a try because it seems like it's a little bit better technology. This is what we're using, wax-free toilet seal. It's something that basically you just put it on the end of the toilet into the drain pipe in the flange, and you're good to go. They make it for different sizes. We're using a 3-inch, so this hopefully gives us a better seal and a little more forgiveness. So you peel this off, and it's got a silicone seal to it right there, and we're just gonna stick it on. Mounting bolts, and they were already in here. We took these out, and you can see they're oblong, and they go in these grooves right here. You can stick it in this way. You spin it 90 degrees, and then run it over here into the corner. And you want them across from each other, 180 degrees. And we had to get longer ones because we've gone up from our flange an inch, and these short bolts just wouldn't reach. So now we got long bolts, and we are ready to put the toilet in. Okay, so we're going to put some of this soapy water on the toilet seal so that it's all lubricated and ready to go in. You can see I had a plastic bag in the drain because the sewer gases can be a little bit obnoxious. So we're gonna go ahead and put that toilet on those 2 bolts. And they're gonna go through this hole on this side of the toilet and one on the other. You see it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Cool.
I'd say we're in. These actually are V-shaped. The whole goal here is just to make them tight, but not too tight. Not tight enough to where you'll crack this porcelain. Now we've got this foam ring that sits in this hole right here, and then that's going to receive that right there. There we go. Okay, so the foam is on. It's just going to rest right there. These 2 bolts will go through these holes, and we'll tighten those up. We're going to put these on and feed them right through. Boom. So it just sits right there. Perfect. And then all we gotta do is put this washer and a nut on here, and the goal is to get them finger tight first, and then they'll start pulling. And if you only tighten one side, it'll tighten that way. And so you want to make sure that you do 3 or 4 turns here and then 3 or 4 turns here to make sure it's level. And we'll put a level on this just to make sure it's sitting on their level. And again, not too tight, just kind of firm, because you can break one of these, this or that. It's just porcelain. We're going to connect the supply line and we'll be good. And this is finger tight. That's pretty tight. We'll go turn the water on and give this a test. Just feel for leaks. Everything feels good right now. Tank is filled. We'll give this a trial flush. Very good. All right, and that is a successful change of your toilet. Not too complicated if you just follow the right steps. Hope this helps. If you like what you see, give us a thumbs up or a like. Please subscribe. We'll see you next time. Very good.